Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. You're listening to Iron Realm Media. I listen all the time, and it's the best truth show out there. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. You're listening to Iron Realm Media. That is. I listen all. Stay woke, folks.
That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Where everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
Oh, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the IRONWORX. Streaming live on both YouTube and Rumble. Just give old Iron Realm Media a search. Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Wednesday.
Hi. I will say Wednesday. How about that?
Wednesday for sure. Very, very Wednesday.
Good morning. I am good. How are you all?
We're all good. Walt, how are you? Good morning, everybody.
What's up, Nuka? I'm good. I'm better this morning than I was last night. I had an eye exam yesterday that I had put off twice now. Both times before that, I'd gotten to the office and they started, setting things up and put the first round of drops in my eyes, and my eyes began to, have a myasthenia kind of day and cross and drift and do the things they do sometimes, which made an actual accurate, eye test impossible. So we rescheduled, tried it again. It didn't work out that day. So we finally, and these were both afternoon. So we finally scheduled one early yesterday morning, hoping that, before the fatigue set in and the eye got crazy, it would help with the test. So I got there and did everything, got through the whole process, dilation, the whole 9 yards, get out of the office, headed to somewhere to grab some coffee. It's by this point, 10 or 30 or 11:30, something like that. No, it was 11:30 by then. Realized they didn't hand me my prescription or anything. Like, well, I need that in case I decide to, order glasses online or something else at a different place. So that's why we're right here. We were still closed, run back in there and grab a copy of my prescription. Yeah, well, I go in, tell the lady from what I need, and she's like, hang on one second. She walks to the door and she says, oh, they're not here. They've already gone to lunch. If you want to wait, they'll be back in an hour. I'm like, no, I don't want to wait. I just need you to print me up a copy of my eye exam. Oh, well, doctor, whoever, blah, 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 da, da, da. I'm like, you can't just print up a copy of the exam I just took like less than an hour ago. I'm so confused here. Well, they have to blah, 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 and da, da, da. I'm like, okay, you're looking at it on the screen, correct? And there's a printer right over there. I hear it printing away. You can't put those two things together. Yeah, really frustrating. Office protocol bullshit, like, oh my God, okay, whatever. So I got through the day with my fake plastic sunglasses, really bright, if you've had your eyes dilated recently, should be finished with this whole dilation and recovered from it within about 4 to 5 hours. 8 hours later, we're back home. And I'm having trouble seeing because my right eye is normal, but my left eye is still the size of a dime, my pupil is. So I'm walking around, half dilated, half not. One eye is blinking because it's too bright in every room in the house. The other eye is trying to compensate, and it's my bad right eye, this drifty eye. So, yeah, I spent most of yesterday evening just not doing anything but closing my eyes and hoping they would reset. And I finally just went to bed an hour earlier than I normally would have. And woke up this morning and they're fine. But, yeah, last night it was really a struggle. Having one eye dilated and one not was beyond bizarre. It was like I was tripping in just one eye.
Walt, when did that start?
The MG? Well, the MG, the myasthenia gravis, which is what the cause of the eye problems, that was diagnosed the first part of this year. The symptoms really began to majorly present themselves actually while I was in South Carolina with Zack and Cami and Josh and Liz. Oh, everybody else too there, but at the house there with them, and just one night sitting there, and it was like, what's going on? I can't really see right out of my right eye. I just assumed I was having allergies from dogs and bunnies. I was not. Well, I had a bad feeling about your internet this morning. Well, because I had an update when I got on my computer, so I was like, oh, I hope that don't bode badly for Josh's whole internet computer situation.
I avoided the NVIDIA Studio update just because I didn't know what the hell it was going to do.
Right.
Didn't update anything.
Oh, I didn't even check that. I just checked. It was just a Microsoft update. I didn't even look at the NVIDIA to see if it needed updating. So I'm not going to mess with none of that right now.
Nope, me either.
I put the restart off until after we're done here because I knew that close to start. If I'd reset it, then I could be sitting here for another 20 minutes waiting for the update to finish.
It looks like we managed to stay online. Nice. I don't think I see anybody telling us that we're not on the air still.
Yeah, we're not.
And I still see, I'm back to green on my internet strength. So we'll just fucking play it by ear. I have to see if AT&T's got their fiber optics out here yet. I knew they were close. They might be. Yeah,
mine were closed last time I messed with them. So I was thinking about reaching out to them after all the crap we've been having with Cox lately and seeing if AT&T ever made it this far down the road. If they ever stretched that cable out enough to make it reach.
I kind of hope so, because they got 1,000 megabytes upload and 1,000 megabytes download. That upload speed's redonkulous. I shouldn't have any issues streaming with 1,000 megabytes upload.
Mm-hmm. Andrew B. King, you should have that number 1 next to you right now for starting your chat history today in the live chat on Iron Realm Media's IRONWORX show with, and I quote, I have a very controversial topic to bring up, but it's an open-ended topic. Full on chat tease for the morning, starting out hot. I love it.
Oh, that's great. So I had another guy at work yesterday come up and tell me that the earth was flat.
Nice. Telling you, it's the road work. It's all that flat road work. That's what's attracting them.
Yeah, he was a military guy. He was a Marine.
I got a question for you guys.
Okay, dude.
Shoot.
The ethics of gene editing and designer babies. It's still illegal in my country, but I'm assuming it should be go ahead in the States, no?
We're not really close. We are super, super close. They're really working on getting those eugenics passed.
What basically is a designer baby?
Well, it's when you design. You want blonde hair, blue eyes, you just abort them until you get them.
Wow. Wow.
I guess you might be able to edit the entire gene sequence, that CRISPR editing bullshit, but it just seems more feasible.
That's what it was.
The practicality. I don't know.
Put fresh lettuce in that CRISPR all the fucking time, and it shit still wilts, and I'm not impressed. I'll say that.
You know, like even the ones with the pets, they say you could have your same exact pet. What they don't tell you is about the 7 or 8 cats or dogs that they created that don't look like your pet before the one they finally, we got a winner. This one looks just like it. Like, yeah, we don't have it down yet.
You see, I didn't think about that. I thought it would be more accurate that they just tried one time and it would come out.
I thought so too, and then I looked into it with the pet thing. And they're like, no, sometimes it can be, the 7th or 8th one. I was like, what happens to, 1 through 6 in that scenario?
Use them in magic shows, I think. Where they can just kill them off every...
Precise. You can't really do a designer baby, human baby. I mean, it means you're just going to abort a whole bunch of babies.
Yes, welcome to America.
I'm like Kramer. That's the same freaking. It's the same freaking sheep. It's
Got me a flat tire yesterday. That pissed me off.
Ooh.
A hole in the sidewall, no less. My tires are less than 6 months old. You know what a hole in the sidewall to a tire does to your tire's warranty?
Yeah, not great stuff.
Voids it?
Voids it completely. Now guess who's got his car sitting up at the shop because he's got to get another goddamn brand new tire put on. So one reason I don't want to necessarily trade in my car for a truck is this process would be considerably more expensive with a truck. The tires, the replacement, it's all considerably more expensive when you're using bigger tires.
Yeah, the guy at work got a brand new 2025, blah, blah, blah. They talked him into getting on his, like, not the way home, but his first maiden voyage out of the house, runs over a bolt. 58 miles on the vehicle.
That'll be to laugh, considering I just got a flat tire. So karmically, it's probably pretty irresponsible to laugh at the guy for running over a bolt with 68 miles on his car. But what are you going to do? That just sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Andrew? Didn't he say he had a controversial topic?
Yeah, but but wait, he got to let that marinate a while. He's got to keep that tease hot for you. You got to be ready for him when he gets here.
I bet he wants to identify as a chick now. I bet you that's what it is.
And actually, I did manage to get it plugged. I didn't realize it was flat till I was coming out of the grocery store with a cart full of frozen shit, of course. And it's 94 degrees and humid as fuck out there. So I load up my car and I limp on over to the gas station because I got to wait for my son, who's just like a half mile down the road, finishing up at work. If I got to wait for him to get off work, I'm going to need gas. because I was low on gas too. So I get on over to the gas station, get gas, pull up into an empty spot so I can sit and wait out of the way, find a place where when the time comes, I'll be able to change the tire. And I've got a little air compressor in my car. So I just out of curiosity, pop out, throw the air compressor on, and put as much air in it as I can. And sure as shit, there's a hole in the sidewall. So I run over to AutoZone, which is just behind the Phillips 66 where I was sitting, grab a plug kit, and proceed to plug that sidewall hole enough to run up to my son's work, because he was getting work done on his car and picking it up. And that's where I can get tires done. So I just drove it up there with a plugged sidewall hole, and I should be able to pick it up this afternoon when I get off work. I just thought it was interesting. I've heard and been told that you can't and not supposed to plug a hole in the sidewall. But I did, and it worked. Fuck, as far as I know, I probably could have driven on it for the next 6 months.
Yeah, I know that it's a lot more dangerous. You're more likely to have a blowout again when it happens. Well, allegedly. I never worked at a tire place. I knew a couple guys who did, though.
My first job at 12 was at a gas station right here in Franklin with my good buddy's dad's shop, and we had the whole tire shop area in there. You know, I learned how to work the tire machine and all that fun shit. That's
the balancer and everything.
Yeah, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. My buddy worked at the Marathon gas station. It was the only full serve. Like, they did everything for you. They'd come out and fill up your gas and do your windows and check your fluids for everybody.
That's where I learned how to correctly squeegee a windshield dry with my red rag and my hand. And yep, absolutely. I was on it.
Me too. I learned watching them.
I was there. If I could have had the little paper hat and the matching skirt, I'd have been that dude. But no, it was past that time.
We would hang out with them when it was slow days, slow nights. Go and hang out in the garage. That was fun. So have you heard about these speed fine, like a speed trap thing they're putting in subdivisions? The police aren't doing it. HOAs are doing it.
Wait, you've lost me. What happened?
Like HOAs are putting like speed catcher things. So it's got a camera, that records your plate and can tell how fast you're going. And they're giving out fines, not the police, the HOA is, in their neighborhood.
Oh, that's great.
And people are paying the fines.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's part of their HOA thing that they signed up with.
That's fine. That'd be okay.
Yeah.
You know, if my HOA fines me, then it's my job to fine them double.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pay it, and then you only owe me half. So that's good.
And this isn't like a $10 fine, $125 fine.
Yeah, that just sounds
and then
like...
if you're going 41 or higher, it's a 25-mile-an-hour zone. If you're going 41 or higher, it jumps to a $200 fine. Then if you don't pay the fines, they take your home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, honest is only the courts and the police can fine you.
Well, not if you agree to it. That's what the HOAs are all about. You're agreeing.
It's a penalty fee.
To live.
Not a fine, it's a penalty fee.
Government.
And if you don't play along, what's the ultimate consequence?
You're homeless.
You lose your home.
You don't get to live up in amongst all the other little rich fuckers.
They sell it, you take the money, or you lose your home.
You either pay it or you lose your home, or you can't sell it until you pay it. They'll put a lien against it. And say, look, this house is mine until you pay us the money you owe.
What, $50?
If that's what you owe, yep, the house is theirs until you pay him the $50. You can stand on principle and say, I'm not paying $50, but
Who's the idiot that agreed to this?
every
The person that wanted to live 4 inches from the house next to them with a fucking driveway the size of a postage stamp. That's the people that agreed to that shit. I'm sorry if I'm stepping on any toes, but if I was saving up money to buy a fucking house, it wouldn't be so I could look through my side window into the house next door and see what they're eating for fucking dinner. I don't need to be that close to anybody, number one. And number two, if I was going to save up that much money, it definitely would be to buy some property and some distance from them people. But that's just my way of looking at it. Sorry. Walt ran over.
Andrew's here.
The tease is almost over.
Yes. Oh, fuck. All right, so yeah, it's like the cell phone computer dichotomy dilemma that I'm going through right now with Teams, but either way, I've got so many things to bring up, but for now, it's slightly associated with what was being discussed at the moment. And the whole Trump kind of bullshit that's happening at the moment in DC, and trying to eliminate all of the homeless people in DC. And they did it in San Francisco, and they did it in like 24 hours or something like that. It was like something crazy.
You know what the big difference is? San Francisco is a part of California, and California is a part of the United States of America.
Okay.
That's the big difference between sending the National Guard to California versus sending the National Guard to Washington, D.C. You know what Washington, D.C. is not a part of?
United States.
Mm-hmm.
How is that possible?
It's the same way that the Vatican or Vatican City and the City of London aren't part of Italy or London, actually.
England.
Yeah. They're all separate city-states.
Yeah, the smallest country in the entire world is Vatican. The smallest country is called Vatican City, which is located within the borders of Rome.
Oh, what's the currency they use then?
I don't fucking know. I've never been there. I'm just
baby blood.
Baby blood.
They peddle in contracts of souls, as they were called.
If they've gone that far to make themselves a sovereign state, then they should have their own currency, no?
Well, they didn't just make themselves. They were already sovereign states, I believe.
So here's my question. This is the controversial question. And I have an answer to it, but I want everyone else to try to not put words in my mouth. I don't really give a fuck. Should it be illegal for people to be homeless vagrants on the streets of America or any other country? That's my question.
Now, what do you mean by homeless migrant? Like they came here legally, the proper way through a port of entry?
No, just homeless people. Vagrants. Vagrants.
Vagrants. Okay, so not migrant.
And when you say on the streets in public, you mean existing or like that's where they want to live?
That's why it's controversial, open-ended, and also...
No, I mean, you can have a homeless encampment on somebody's private property. Be like, all right, this is where I live. And you want to go and roam out and try to do your panhandling or rummaging through dumpsters or whatever it is in public. Like, I think it's okay for a homeless vagrant to be walking down the street. Yes. Perfectly fine for a homeless vagrant to be in public. Now, if that's where they want to live.
Homeless in this case.
Nuku, go ahead.
Yeah, what do you mean by homeless? What is your definition in this case, in particular question?
Okay. I think the word defines itself, or the term defines itself, but I don't know how else other than to say... I don't think people can claim city property, a public property, as a home. And that's been happening a lot over here, where they're stealing electricity and plumbing services from the utilities. And I'm just asking, like, hey, do people think this is actually legitimate? Feel really sorry for them? And my answer is no.
Should it be illegal?
Yes, illegal is the main preface of my question.
Well, no.
Why not?
Because everybody has their own rights to movement and freedom. If they want to be on the streets, then that's their choice.
You're awfully low, Nuka. We're barely picking you up.
Oh, okay. Let me sort out my audio here.
Yeah,
Like I said, it's a very controversial, open-ended question that I have my answer to it, and a lot of other people in different states, countries, and provinces and things like that will definitely have a different answer. But should it be legal? Like you just wander around and just do whatever the fuck they want kind of situation? That's pretty much what homeless people do. So should it be legal or illegal, or should there be some other type of situation that's imposed upon these people? And
Okay.
that's where I'm going to end it. Okay, there you go.
Is my audio a little bit better, Josh?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. I don't know what the rest of you guys are going to say, but I think it shouldn't be illegal. People should be able to do what the hell they want. Because, I mean, if you're going to make it illegal, what is the punishment then? You're going to house them somewhere? Your punishment for a homeless person is to give them a place to stay and eat?
Yep. Right. Sounds good to me. I've already paid those taxes. I already pay money to take care of people that do shit they're not supposed to. I'm already forced to pay for those people. Why should I have to also pay for homeless as well? Because they're stealing money from the public utilities, making my rates go up.
Right. So then what is the punishment if it's illegal?
Well, I mean, we just chalk it up with all the other punishments. We could do a monetary thing, but they're homeless and probably unemployed, so you're going to have a hard time collecting that money, and it just puts off the fact that if they don't pay the money, you're going to have to arrest them. So you're better off just arresting them off the bat.
Well, I mean, Andrew, you alluded to certain countries and places. It is illegal. So how is it illegal there? Well, what are they punishments? What are they doing?
Well, I've spoken with many different people in different countries about this specific topic, and a lot of countries are not necessarily doing much about it at all. So if me, Andrew Baker, were to become homeless and just live on the streets and start siphoning public funds off of other people and harassing people, then should me, a 42-year-old white man, be allowed to do that legally? That's kind of what I'm alluding to at a certain point. But other people, well, because that's why it's a controversial, open-ended question. That's why I said that at the beginning. That was the preface of that.
You said you already have your answer, and now we're reaching the break time. So when we come back from break, give us your answer. Oh, there's no break. Okay. Andrew, what's the answer?
I think it should be illegal.
To do what?
To be homeless on the streets.
How are you going to know? You see a group of 10 people walking down the sidewalk. How do you know if one of those people is homeless or not?
Well, that's a great question. I don't know the answer to it, but...
Well, the answer is you don't know. That's a simple answer, is you don't know.
Yeah, right.
You can just say it. It's okay to be wrong. You can be like, oh, well, truth is, I wouldn't know if one of those people is homeless, and how would I charge them?
No, I'm welcome to be wrong. Then you go into the semantics of what is illegal and how it's associated with how law enforcement is going to enforce it. But what I have seen over here in the Bay Area, Silicon Valley area is that it was a really, really big problem. And then all of a sudden, one day I woke up and drove to work, and there was no more homeless people there. What the fuck happened?
Isn't that when Xi Jinping was visiting?
No, that was in San Francisco. It's like 50 or 60 miles north of here. No, but that same kind of thing happened. So, should people be allowed to shit and piss? Should people be allowed to shit and piss in the street?
Well, no, but you made it legal.
You're doing a. Okay, so have you ever seen First Blood?
No,
yeah, sweetie. I think she hung me up. Man, come on, get out, get out.
Oh, you got the kitties.
Now she's hung you up. Can you imagine what it would be like if 385 million people decided, I don't think I want to work anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and be homeless. Nay, not homeless. I'm going to build a home on public property and not pay for anything. 385 million people just said, nah, fuck it.
Muted my speakers, apparently it says.
No, you're here, Walter.
He's back. He's just working on audio, I think.
So yeah, Josh, exactly as you were just saying. That's why it's controversial, open-ended, and also I don't know the answer to this because
I don't think it's enforceable in the long run. It's just ridiculous.
How can you not enforce it though? Should there just be like open, like just do whatever they want?
Just that pure example that Josh gave you of the 10 people. Like, how are you gonna know?
And this is
And what if I have a home and I want to live on the streets? Technically, I'm not homeless.
Can I see your papers?
So this is again a bit semantical, I think. It's okay to be homeless on the streets. I think it's perfectly fine and should be perfectly legal for homeless people to be on the street. Like, if I can go be on the street, why couldn't a homeless person go be on the street? What's wrong with being on the street or on the sidewalk or just out in public in general? No issues. If you want to say, hey, I'm homeless, so I'm going to build my cardboard home on public property, well, now you're just not homeless. You're trying to build a home on public property. There's a reason I can't go build a home on public property. Like, fuck, I don't have to pay for all these land, pay for land by the acre. Fuck it, I'm just going to go to public land. All this is mine now. I own Yellowstone. I'm going to build a cottage right in the middle of the fucking Yellowstone because it's public property. And it's mine now.
I fully comprehend that. But at the same time, myself, not trying to myself on a pedestal or anyone else, let's just say that someone that is very wealthy, let's just say that Elon Musk or some bullshit like that, saying, oh yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and claim a spot next to the railroad tracks in this gravel area. Like, I'm going to claim this area. That's what a lot of homeless people are doing. Then they get moved away.
Because it's not theirs. Because it's already claimed. Someone else has already claimed to that land.
And the entire U.S. government has already claimed most things other than unincorporated areas. So that's why I'm saying, is this a moral dilemma or is this just a straightforward type of thing to say, well, homeless people, they have no real ambitions, or maybe they do. I don't really know. It's, like I said, open-ended.
I could see this being a very slippery slope as to,
it is very, yeah.
You know, their house burned down and the insurance isn't going to cover it. So, do we throw them in jail now?
Only if they decide to try to claim public land as their own to build their own shelter on public land. I think that would be the crime. Like, I don't think if getting your house burned down isn't a crime to which you should be punished. Not having someplace else to go afterwards shouldn't be a crime to be punished. However, if you said, well, I got no place to go, so I'm just going to build a house here because that looks like a good spot. I don't care who owns the land or what the land is in use for. That's where I want to live now.
That's breaking the law then. Yeah,
yep.
That's illegal. Now, see, shitting and pissing on the street should be illegal, but in some places, they made that legal.
There's a very, very, very specific reason as to why I'm asking this question.
Yeah, Andrew, I think you better tell us the reason because you're getting roasted
Oh, am I? I don't care. It wouldn't be the first or last time. But either way, the thing that's been happening that I just heard of today, apparently Trump did this bullshit about yesterday or today, whatever it was, about how Trump is now activating the National Guard and he's going to be moving a whole bunch of people outside of the DC area. And what necessarily dictates what a homeless person is and what would be the repercussions of the people that are considered, quote unquote, homeless, and how will the government proceed from there? Because it's going to be the government that actually enforces it. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like homeless people enforcing homeless people. So at what point do someone's scratching a lot?
Well, why not homeless people enforce homeless people? They're the ones that would know.
Well, I mean, that's probably that could be happening. I'm just saying that's not. I don't think Trump. I don't call him my president. Anyways, he has done this whole thing like, oh yeah, we need to clean up DC, and I agree, every single city, but he's focusing on DC at the moment. So when it comes to that, who's enforcing it? Well, enacting it, that would be the federal government.
It's not just homelessness or cleaning up either. I mean, a lot of it is just the crime rate is insane in Washington, D.C. The murder rate, the theft rate it's bad. And something needs to be done. It is. DC is a really not a good place to live. He was shown, now these are, government numbers, but crime rates through like Bogota, Colombia, and all these other places, other really big cities that are considered the most dangerous places. And DC's crime was worse than all of the other places that he named.
Yeah, that's actually a very interesting point, Zach. And that was when I was in Iraq, my uncle sent me the statistics about how the crime rate in DC at that time was, this was in 2002, 2003, something like that. I think it was 2003. And he was saying that the murder or death rate in DC was higher than the reported kill count that we had as U.S. military in Iraq in a combat zone.
That's crazy. Yeah, I know DC's been really bad it's been decades now, and it just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. And it's not something that they talk about all that much either. Have you noticed that? Like other cities, we hear about their crime rates and stuff like that a lot more, where DC, they might mention it once in a while, but then it's just put on a back burner somewhere.
And I think Nuku just said that I'm getting roasted in chat. I don't give a fuck. If you want to roast me, send me a DM. I don't care. I'm just trying to bring up a controversial issue that a lot of people have different opinions on. And that's why I'm actually talking about it, because everyone has different points of view. I'm always open to being wrong. And if you're not willing to be wrong and just trying to talk shit about me, when I'm not even listening or watching anyone talk, then I don't give a shit. Go ahead. So
to be fair,
go ahead. I'm going on mute.
Quick, Walt, real quick before you guys got to see it from Andrew's point of view as well. Like, he has to live amongst hundreds of homeless people around him at all times. I don't see homeless people around here. Maybe occasionally you'll see some at the park every once in a while, at certain parks. But for the most part, I see zero homeless people.
Wow, really?
Oh, guys, this is like NASA levels of editing now. The poll just changed. It changed the heading, and I've already wrote it. The way it's phrased now is different to what it was before.
certain places are a lot more. They have this issue, this problem, so to say, a lot more than other places. You know, some places might have 20 or 50 homeless people that hang around in this, you know, certain mile area. Where in Andrew's area, you can multiply that by 10 fold. So I get it. For some people, this is part of their daily life that they have to deal with, and they have to see this stuff every day. Where a lot of us don't ever have to see it. We just hear about it. So before you go bashing on Andrew, take that into account. He has to live with this stuff. Like, it's part of his life, everyday life. So
good morning, guys.
It affects him differently.
What up, Rico?
How you guys doing? Hey, I wanted to chime in because you guys were weaving. You guys have officially weaved in and out of my chime in. Two different parts of that, which is Josh was talking about the District of Columbia being one of the 3 districts of Columbia. And if you look into it with the Committee of 300, and you can call it whatever you want, you can call it the Illuminati, the Deep State, you know, whatever you want to call it. But we have the Vatican, which is the religious arm, the City of London, which is the financial arm, and Washington, D.C., which is the military arm of the 3 districts. And that will lead you eventually, well, maybe not you, but it led me down the rabbit hole of, well, whose land is it in the first place to give away to where people can own land and be in charge of said land and divide it how they want to divide it? And did you guys know that the Vatican arm, you know, Vatican City, the religious arm, do you know that they claim to have been deemed that gift from God himself, whom they call Lucifer, that they redeemed all the livable, the habitable land on our flat Earth, and that they're like basically of the 3 districts, the top. A lot of people think it's Switzerland, and that's for a different reason. But the top is actually the Vatican City because they own the land. So every country, except for the ones that are constantly invaded because they won't sign into central banks, the Iron Banks, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, they all have their own version of the Fed, which can supersede any other law. So what Trump's doing, the reason why there's articles that he can claim it, what he's doing is he's exercising something that's technically not the United States anyway. And I would guess, now I'm not going to put money on it, but I would guess he's starting in D.C. for this very reason, because it's not, you know, because it's one of the 3 districts. And I think that's where we're headed right now. I think this is just another totalitarian tiptoe towards the New World Order. And I think it's starting to rear its ugly head. You know, for the guys that are biblical, you know, we got the Mark of the Beast system in play. Places where people would move to avoid the mark of the beast and go into barter and trade. They're burning those forests down. They're making it impossible to, nearly impossible. It's not impossible yet, but they're trying to funnel everyone down into a 15-minute city and make it impossible to live otherwise. And I think that we've been seeing steps. I think, I honestly, I think COVID-19, a lot of conspiracy people think that the outcome of that, they failed. It wasn't executed well enough, and they didn't have enough, you know, agents online. No, I think it was basically the New World Order with training wheels to see how big of a group of people are going to fight. And the ones that weren't going to fight were the Trumpsters. And now Trump's in this final term. And I think, you know, he's showing his true colors now too. No red or blue color intended. But that's my whole, and I'm doing my best to shove a 2-hour conversation into a 5-minute rant. But that's what I feel like that move was. I feel like it was, as the MAGA guys or the Q guys like to call, I think it's 5D chess, and I think it's been on a level of 5D even amongst the truthers for a minute now, for the past 5 or 6 years. The end.
Okay. So.
Okay.
What?
Like, did everyone
No, you're good. I'm right here with you. Here's my thing about the whole deal. What is the cause? Like, let's say 80% of the time that we're told anyway about a person who has become homeless, or at least what the accepted tale is. Oh, well, they, one of like either loss of job, loss of home, family, blah, blah, blah. And now they're just out and about because they have no other place to go. Or conversely, you have the people who have become addicted to certain substances, which the drive for that and the money needed for it and the crimes it brings and all that has now forced them into a situation where they're homeless. That's another side of it. But would the person who became homeless because of lack of job, funds, planning, wrong area, got the bad ticket, got kicked out of the HOA, whatever the situation fucking is, it all to me comes back to the fact that if we were living correctly in this realm that we chose to all come to and experience a whole 3D realm of love and cause and effect and positive and negative and all this stuff, if we came here to enjoy this place that way, then why don't we all just stop this? Because we can. I know Daz and Chad. We chose this game that we all play, and it's an avatar we've picked, and we fixed its hair, and we got the clothes we wanted. And then I don't like this. We'll change it. You can change all that. So the choice, it's a choice of following along in the system of fucking evil fucks and psychotic elite who have no interest in helping anybody but themselves. No one but themselves. Especially, to me, that's what all this comes back to. It's not about whether they're allowed or should be allowed to be homeless. That should never even be a thing. There should never be a tribal group of people who are living together and working to create a place that's supposed to work right in the correct way with natural rhythms and the light of the day and the dark of the night and the energy fields and the fucking toroidal world we're in. All that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be worried about a fucking fake fiat currency that's not real, hasn't been real in 100 fucking years at least. We shouldn't be worried about trying to impress the neighbor with our fancy backyard, whatever the fuck, deck, and we shouldn't be worried about all this got spun onto us by the fucking elite ruling fucks, psychotic fuckers who use all these distractions, money, fucking Black Mirror in your hand, fucking, I want to live here, I don't want to live there, I don't want to be part of your shit, I don't want to, we can change all this. It really can. We really fucking can. But instead, we all just kind of, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's just a choice. It's always a choice. And it can be a personal choice of just superseding this whole system. I'm looking at you, Horsesheet, and doing it your fucking way and helping so many people along the way. If you guys haven't been paying attention to Horsesheet's journey over the last probably at least 7 or 8 years, you definitely should. We have a few shows, if you can dig them up, if they're still there. Who fucking knows anymore in this YouTube videocracy? But we talked to Hori quite a few times, and he's used his choice of homelessness to do some amazing things in the world. And I know I'm getting all spun out, and this has really got me like, because I get all sides of everybody's argument.
Oh, you've been muted, Walter. Thou hast been muted. Silenced by the...
You was told, shut your mouth.
And by
some
the
of
way,
us don't have to worry about homelessness just because some of us are friends with Andrew.
I'm homeless right now. I'm living underneath a fucking train track. So I'm
under a train track, huh?
Yeah.
Not like under a bridge or under a train trellis. Yeah. You are under the track.
I said this as a preface. It's going to piss a lot of people off. It's going to be very controversial, but that is something that I've been dealing with for the last, I don't know, the majority of my life, my adult life, where I have to deal with these people. And I know a lot of people have been very, very close to being homeless, but when it comes to some of these people, they cause way more problems than they do. They don't help society. They're just causing problems.
Andrew, I'm just wondering, have you ever seen that movie, The Purge?
Which one? I've seen, I think, 2 of them.
Well, the whole concept of it, it sounds like something you'd support.
No, come on, that's fucking weird. No.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. But I mean, whenever you're playing like downtown Nashville, I mean, it does kind of get old, you know, like, you know, if you're a pushover, a nice guy like me, I'm going to give you money because I'm just a trusting guy. And it does get old, but at the same time, I don't think it should be illegal. I mean, because, I mean, where are you going to go? You know, like, I mean, I think, in other words, it's a personal moral failure that shouldn't be punished. I mean, you should have some places where you can't go and stay.
Yeah,
like living in front of someone's business, you know, like, or something like that. There should be some limitations, but just tell them to move. But then again, Nashville's homeless problem probably doesn't even hold a candle to what Andrew's seeing, and that probably doesn't hold a candle, or what I saw in that area probably doesn't hold a candle to what he's seeing today, because I haven't toured it. God, it's been a decade. Like, I can't imagine what it's like now.
All right, I as I said at the very beginning, before I even asked the question and proposed it to the audience and also everyone here at the moment, the chat, everyone here, I said it's going to be very controversial and I'll probably piss a lot of people off, but I was flat out honest when I said it.
And I'm not mad at you, brother. At all.
Well, I'm looking into the chat, and like, some people are super fucking triggered.
I don't see anybody as super triggered.
No, people are
don't see anybody
There's
really.
a difference between discussion and being triggered.
Right. Thank you. Yep. Absolutely, Rico.
They're just talking about it, Andrew. Like,
that's
there's
what
a
we're
big
doing.
difference.
Just trying to put some of these ideas out there for people to
And there is a
contemplate and
discussion
to
to be
talk
had.
about, to discuss. Right.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to
Sorry
come
to
here
talk over you there.
like,
sorry about that.
hey, do you guys think that should we cut off the feet of brand new children? No, it's a stupid thing to ask, right? I'm not going to try to bring something up like that. I'm trying to ask a logical, coherent type of a question that people can be adults about and discuss. And it does.
It's just not a black and white question, in my opinion.
I know it's not. That's why I was asking it. I mean, should I ask like some other question to a clearly evident question? No, I'm not going to do that. It's boring.
I don't have a problem with your question as is. I'm just answering the best way I know how.
All right. Well, then that's why I brought it up. That's the reason I mean, if it was like, oh yeah, should we murder babies? Like, I mean, no, you don't murder babies. But
yeah, I think the problem can happen that in the truther community that I've noticed is a lot of us, and I say us liberally, but a lot of us have this tendency toward black or white and exclude the possibility that gray exists. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not an abortion guy. I don't think you should get one, no matter what. I don't think God makes mistakes, but I don't think it should be the government that decides whether or not you get to make that decision. You get what I'm saying? So even something I feel that strongly about, I still have a gray area, which is I don't think you should get one, no matter what. But giving the government the power to do so might also be a slippery slope. You know, so that being said, your question is, you know, there's, you know what? I guess I should shut up because I don't have an answer. There's so much gray in that question for me.
Right.
What's your answer to that?
To what?
Your own question.
I asked like 5 questions, but the most specific one you're talking about.
On homelessness being illegal.
I think it should be taken way more serious than it is, and we here in San Jose, California, they're making it more illegal, which is reducing crime rates, and also I probably shouldn't even say this, but some homeless people have been committing suicide by walking in front of cars as they're driving very fast down the interstate. And it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, Shanna's stepdad works for the railroad track, or the CVX or CX, whatever. He said that's gotten out of control too. People stepping in front of trains.
So my answer,
Andrew, self-deletion. Remember, you're on YouTube.
It's okay. I don't care. But when it comes to people, I was asking, should it be illegal? And I think the legality aspect of it at the moment needs to get a little more strict because it's causing a major problem over here at the moment. And a lot of people are actually calling for it with city council and in Santa Clara County. That's where San Jose is associated with. So I would say, these homeless people, they have no goals. All they're doing is trying to cause problems because they have no. It's just an abstract.
Wouldn't the only solution cause just as many problems? Because if they arrest them, that's going to be money out of the taxpayer pocket. So even, I don't know.
We already pay that, though.
I mean,
it's not extra money out of the taxpayer pocket, is it?
That's what makes a good topic discussion question right there. Something you can't answer real quickly, It's something that...
I wasn't trying to create, like, turmoil or something. I was just asking that topic.
I didn't say you were.
No.
That was me complimenting your question, homie.
There's not been any turmoil.
No, of course not.
No, I just complimented your question. A good question is one that brings up discussion.
All right, I'm gonna go on mute though.
I just think it's not a very. I think the question is too broad. Like, you can't outlaw homelessness. I lost my job. I lost my house, so now I got to live on my sister's couch. I'm homeless.
Right.
Should the police come kick down her door to drag me off her couch because I'm homeless? No. I don't think there should be anything wrong with being homeless. I think it's once you start claiming public property as your own.
Right.
I think that should be illegal, sure. And how can you punish it? There's only so many ways you can punish people. Right? You fines, you can monetarily, you can arrest them, you can take away their freedom, you can limit their rights through probation and parole. But there's like only so many things you can do.
Okay, so let me elaborate a little bit more. I'm not trying to create controversy, but when I see a whole bunch of homeless people that got removed from a certain area here in South San Jose, and they disappear for a while, and all their tents and all that kind of shit gets pushed into a dumpster or whatever else.
You mentioned that earlier, if you don't mind, real quick. You mentioned that earlier that suddenly they were all gone, and so that happened in my area too. So where did they go? Did you notice
That's what I was going to ask.
A story about an influx of these homeless people being sent to a local prison, to some kind of encampment, to some kind of shelter?
So like that South Park episode?
Or did the local store suddenly have a run sale on sausage? I mean, what exactly happened?
Well, they were there one day, and I mean, I might even go for a walk tomorrow and just kind of show you guys. And it's what happens is they're there one day, and then the police and social services and all that kind of stuff, they show up. As far as I know, I've never actually seen them do this, but that's what they tell us in our city council, bulletin board or whatever. And they're they are there one day and they're not there the next day. And they clear them out very, very quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You've already said that though multiple times. What me and Walter are asking is, what did they do with them when they cleared them out?
I don't know.
Well, see, that's where the answer to your question lies right there. So it's more about solution than law, you know?
Okay, so my answer...
It's like the South Park episode where they bust them up and put them one city over long enough for the mayor to get a ratings approval and then bust them back, or however that went. It's been many years, but yeah, isn't that what you were asking too? Like, what did they do?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I wasn't there when that entire situation happened. I was just driving by them every single day on my way to work or to the grocery store and blah, 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 these different directions. And yeah, I don't know, but they did come back at some point.
So what I'm reading from my AI overlord here is saying that apparently they're in California. Well, let me just read how it says it, because if I try to paraphrase this shit, it's going to get sideways. Okay, here's what the AI has told us. It appears that the question in asking where homeless individuals have gone in California suggests a decrease in visible homelessness. While some areas have seen a reduction in encampments due to various initiatives, it's not actually accurate to say the homeless people have disappeared. The situation is far more complex, with ongoing efforts to move people into shelter and housing, although there's no link or details about that said shelter or housing in this story. But there also are persistent challenges in providing enough long-term solutions. The sweeps and encampment clearances topic, some cities have actively cleared homeless encampments, often as a part of a broader strategy to address public health, safety concerns. For example, San Francisco has seen a reduction in visible encampments after implementing sweeps, although the number of people experiencing homelessness remains high, according to a YouTube video from July 24, 25, is the fucking underlined reference in this fucking thing. Are you kidding me?
He's like, well, but even with that being the answer, like I go back to my whole metaphor about gray. There's going to be gray no matter which way you look at it. So I guess you just got to decide which side of the gray medium, towards white or towards black, you think is proper, I guess. That's my best answer, Andrew. Like, as far as me chiming in on that, I don't know. I don't know. There's got to be something.
If you're homeless, do you get to do whatever you want? Like, do any rules apply to you if you're homeless? Like, if you're homeless, should it be like, oh, we have to arrest you for something? Or be like, oh, sorry, dude's homeless. What do you want him to do?
A lot of them that I've encountered, they don't care. It's like, oh, I get a clean shower and a shitty meal.
Because we've already paid for that water. We've already paid for that bed. We've already paid for that food. Those taxes have already come and gone out of my paycheck. I pay to make sure that the people that break the law have a place to be held.
And they're filling empty beds too. If you want to look at the privatized, not prison and jail system. But I just remembered something. In a small town between where I'm at and downtown Nashville, I remember a cop telling me, just in conversation, I wasn't arrested or anything. He had just gotten back over the county line and was at the same exit I was on. And he was like, there's another one today. And I'm like, another one what? Well, he got a complaint at some business. I think it might have been like a truck stop that he was hanging out and bumming money. And they didn't even arrest him. They literally drove him to the county line, dropped him off, and turned around and came back to their jurisdiction. So I do know that happens around here. But, but that's not even close to being something that would make sense in Andrew's kind of population and homeless situation. And how far is San Bernardino from you, Andrew?
That's LA. It's like 6-hour drive.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Never mind.
South.
San Jose's Northern California? What?
Yes.
Well, most of the sands are south. Shut up. Either way, the same problem. Well, my nephew, he washes sombrero, his favorite band's Norma Jean, so like a close nephew. He said in San Bernardino, where he lives now and has lived for well over a decade, he said the homeless problem there is so out of control that they're literally in their cul-de-sacs trying to sleep in between trash bins in like upper middle class neighborhoods. Like they're everywhere is turning into what he told me, what he remembers from Nashville's downtown looking like is his cul-de-sac. Or not, he didn't live in a cul-de-sac literally, but the cul-de-sac in it, like down the road that he lives on, has homeless people living there. Which, that is crazy if you think about it. Could you imagine going to take your trash out, and as soon as you walk back in, homeless people are going through your recyclables?
I've actually seen that happen. And I live in a gated community in an HOA. The gated community, and people overthink that our security is absolutely bonkers, dipshit, worthless. But yeah, they have these homeless people. You can't even tell the difference sometimes. They'll just be walking in with like trash bags, and they'll just go through the home. We have like, I don't know, 18 dumpsters here or more.
I tell you what. Sorry. I was just going to say the biggest jump I've seen happen with homelessness has been since fentanyl became a thing. Like it's increased with the biggest jump in like homeless problems was the introduction of fentanyl beyond everything, all the opiates that are, big pharma. Every major increase, like for example, Percocet up to OxyContin was a big jump in homelessness and death. Well, the jump can be quantified, not just doubled or something specific. The way they quantify is a crazy algorithm, but the biggest one I've ever been alive for was fentanyl. And I strongly believe if I wouldn't have cleaned up when I did, I would be a fentanyl number, because like it has the same thing heroin did for people that were addicted to OxyContin, which was way more bang for way less buck, and that benefit also multiplied from heroin to fentanyl. So that's why it's getting this out of control. I mean, I'm sure everyone here and everyone in chat has seen those clips of people like nodding out, standing up all over the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, they're standing up as they're as they're just
like
donked out.
That's crazy. That looks like a dystopian movie.
Yeah, and that's why I was trying to initiate the original question about should homelessness be considered illegal? And in a lot of places, vagrancy is already illegal. But I'm just asking the question, because it pisses a lot of people off. Should it be illegal or more illegal than it currently is? That was my question. That's all I was trying to posit.
You changed the wording to police, I would say yes. But illegal, no. Police, in other words, monitored, controlled, different kinds of, I don't know how that would work either. Obviously, if anybody here had the answer, then it would have been solved. Actually, that's probably not true either.
Yeah, I don't have the answer. That's why I was asking the question. That's all.
But I would say it needs to be policed. Like Josh was like, what, do the homeless have to follow laws? And there's all kinds of things there. They don't have taxes, and what I said about the ownership of land. But like, I mean, yeah, if a homeless guy's taking a shit out in public, he should be exposed for indecency.
Where else is he going to take a shit?
Behind it, where everybody else that's ever had to take a shit on tour takes a shit, behind the truck stop. No, just kidding. I don't know. You can find, well, I guess you don't. You know what? Never mind. I keep interrupting myself because as soon as I think it, right when I say it, just then I was like, "Well, go in somewhere," and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, they look homeless, so they can't do that."
They smell homeless.
We could go. Yeah, this is one of those round tables you could really just hash out for hours.
So
because everything I want to say, I keep interrupting myself.
Right. Well, that's kind of why I stopped my rant, because I kept getting spun out in different directions, and every time I would hit a point, I'd be like, but there's the other side of this. So, again, to me, it all comes back to living wrong in a world by choice because we chose these fucking overlords. But that's not as simple as it is. We came here to have this experience, and the only way to have that experience is with positive and negative, good and bad. So if we didn't have the bad, the good wouldn't look like anything different, I guess, is one way to say it. But real quick, before we get off on that, Alan Holman in chat. 2 things, real quick, Alan. You asked in chat earlier, had people been watching your cartoon? I know that I heard Zack bring it up on the show and mention it to me personally. And then I sat down and I jumped in on one of the premieres that was happening. But I was at the TV. I didn't have my phone with me, so I couldn't text in. And apparently it was like probably maybe the 4th episode. So I had no point of reference on who characters were, what the running jokes were. I was just kind of lost. So, and I have just haven't had time to go back to the first ones and kind of play catch up, figure out the actual storyline that I was completely lost with. So I will do that, and you will hear from me either in the comments or next time you're in the chat here on our show. So that's the first question of yours earlier that I saw that I did want to answer, and it kind of got lost in this discussion. Now, in this discussion, I've seen you type multiple times there, Alan, about things like why would we want to cause more problems for people that are already homeless, that are already in a bad situation. And I think it was something like, homeless lives matter, that kind of thing. Well, that would be great if we actually were struggling under a regime that cared about those people. Then this would be a moot point. We wouldn't be having the discussion in the first place. So the whole problem is the ones who've wormed their way into power have done so with a whole series of fucked up fucking options that people have chosen. And I mean, that's really where it is, back to choices, back to rescinding those agreements that you really weren't fully informed of. Become your own fucking lawyer. Oh, the worst client a lawyer has is his own self. Yeah, well, if you're the only one that knows what the fuck's going on about a situation, maybe you are the one that should be defending yourself against these evil fuckers. Anyway, that to me is the problem with that type of thinking. Is like, well, why would people do this? Well, it's really maybe not people in the first place. In the second place, the structure they've got in place isn't designed to help people. It's designed to put them in a prison system that then sucks more of their life force and energy and money out of their being. All right, my rants are over.
Prison system.
Right.
That was sorry. I think I just had an autism tick. I'm so sorry.
Yes, and I'm not trying to say I have an answer to this predicament, this conundrum. I was asking it because it is very controversial and it's very real. And when I ask the question, if people are going to attack me on it,
no one's attacking you, dude. I think we're having a conversation.
No,
or unless I'm missing something.
No.
Hey, puppy. Good morning, puppy.
I'm just saying that if I'm going to ask the question, and I was looking at the chat after you started saying that, I was like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't be doing that. But anyways, yeah, I'm not here to create controversy. I'm trying to create dialogue about an evolving type of circumstance. And it's not something I really want to involve myself with. But I think everyone in the voice chat at the moment, I think we're all intelligent and mature enough to actually converse about it. That's why I was asking it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I thought it was a great question. I was just trying to answer it. It did seem like he got defensive, but I can point the finger back at me. Sometimes I misread tone in text as well. But as far as what I saw, people were just conversating. I don't think anybody was attacking you at all. But I could be wrong before. By the way, my dog plays a mean floor tom. If you pet him just right, his tail gets right at the floor tom beside me. Did you play a mean floor tom?
Oh, you got some
can't play a mean floor tom.
You got some dog time? Some kitties and some bunny time?
I'm trying to give him... Before!
I still swear.
No, dance, monkey!
Couple things in chat that have stood out as I've kind of played catch up, and where is it? Darren Daz Cox saying the question is a fear-based question. True that, and you don't get truth when you look at things from fear. What was the other thing that stood out? Ian saying the problem was manufactured. We need to look into that. Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with my rant. Ian is that
seems
the situation
more sensible. Yeah,
is
yeah,
definitely.
I agree with that.
Yep.
I don't know.
Something else though. What was this one? Dad said something that I was trying to understand. Where I went back to see why he said it that way.
When did it start getting manufactured? And why don't we just go back to the way it was before it was manufactured, when homelessness and needy people and just like general welfare wasn't ever needed because everybody had exactly as much as they needed and no more and no less, and no one suffered. Like, why couldn't we just go back to that if this problem is manufactured?
Oh, that's a great question. Wow.
I think it's definitely, if it's not, maybe not all of it, another, gray answer, but the privatized prison and jail system could be a big part of it. I mean, if you look at, let's just use fentanyl, or you can go back to coke or the opium trade even, it doesn't matter. That shit's vertically integrated. If you look at us, we make money, or the CIA makes money off the coke, and then they make money off of people getting arrested in the privatized prison system. Then they make money off of drugs like for opiates, like methadone and Suboxone. Then they make the money off of the rehabs, like and then, the agent provocateurs, the evil in this world, the Illuminati or whatever you want to call them, has the chaos, and then they have the order out of chaos, this written on our dollar bill. You know what? I just turned into conspiracy guy that sounded like a conspiracy guy even amongst us. But I think it's just like a win-win-win-win-win when it comes to what led to homelessness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think it's a problem that just exists. It's a human nature issue, I think, is the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there was a time when there wasn't
probably an alcoholic.
Somebody wasn't hopefully like just crossing their fingers and hoping that they can continue to exist due to the niceties of everybody else. Like, I don't want to play by the rules, so you all support me, so I don't have to follow the rules. I don't have to do what it takes to survive. I want you to do what it takes, and then just give me the welfare and the support so that I can just do whatever the fuck I want. I think that's been an ongoing problem for as long as history has been recorded.
Well,
whether they record it correctly or not.
I totally agree with you. But the niceties, and also when I proposed the original question or posited the question, should it be illegal to be homeless? And yeah, there's a whole bunch of fine-tooth comb type of situations that can be brought up. But at the same time, the niceties, like, oh yeah, Andrew Baker, myself, like, I'm homeless. I'm not, but I'm homeless for 5 or 6 months, and I'm out on the street doing what I can to live my life and not be homeless anymore. That's when I start to posit the question of someone that's been on the streets for 10 years as a more extreme example. should that be illegal for them to do? Or should we, as a society, be trying to help them in a more extreme way?
Okay. All right. Well, actually, that helps me define your question. So you're talking about career homelessness. You're not talking about someone that's just down on their luck and staying in their car until things get better. You're talking about the type that have no intention on getting or pulling themselves back up, right?
In a sense, yeah.
But what's that deciding factor? Where's the threshold? Is my question.
Yeah, that's what I was.
You mean,
what I was asking.
How long would you live in your car before you're declared someone who's a perpetual homeless? Right. There's got to be a threshold. Oh, he hit his 6-month mark. Time to reclassify this person.
I said #gray.
I don't have the answers to every single thing in life. And one of the things I like to do is posit questions towards people that I think might have those. And that's why I was putting that towards everyone here at the time.
Well, I tell you, what's helped me out a whole lot during my darker days of hardcore drug use was the fact that I didn't burn bridges. So I always had, a room to sleep in or a couch to surf during any kind of transitional phases. And I always immediately fixed it the second I could. Just course corrected the second I could, So, yeah, back to what Josh just said, where's the threshold? You would have to have a law that said, well, you've been in your car 6.5 weeks in the law. You blow a 6.7 on a homeless-alizer, then you go to jail.
Unless you switch cars. Maybe you could just switch cars and get some homeless people in cars and you can just rotate cars out. Like, oh, new car, new house. Sorry, don't get to charge me.
Your car blow into your homeless-izer? Okay, I'm over that joke.
No, that wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either.
It was a breach.
Anyways, I was just trying to posit that type of a question to the audience and everyone here because it is an ongoing problem. And the reason I brought it up is because what Trump is doing at the moment, I may have forgot to bring this up as the initial premise because...
Oh, by the way, 90 minutes later, actually what I meant was...
Well, no,
the whole show later.
No, I'm sorry. But it was because I heard about this whole Trump thing that's been going on in D.C. and how he's going to be basically moving a whole bunch of homeless people out of the area. And it was abstractly related to what happened over here in the San Francisco, that shithole. Just wondering what's going to be happening to those people.
See, I've seen a lot about Trump doing that in D.C. I haven't heard the shipping the homeless people or the homeless problem. I hadn't heard about that whole part of what he's doing yet.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily, but I'm just saying that is what is being reported. And I don't know what's going to happen to them. So is there any legal recourse to it? I'm sorry I got to this a little bit late, but it's an open-ended type of very controversial type of subject. So if all of these people that are homeless on the streets get picked up and moved somewhere else, such as what happened in San Francisco when Xi Jinping came to San Francisco, I have no fucking clue why, but yeah, it's one of those things where is there any legal recourse to these homeless people? I'm going to assume no, only because they're like, yeah, can I have some heroin or some meth or something? I don't know. But they got cleaned up for about a week. Now it's a shithole again.
Hey, Atticus is awake. I love you guys, and I'll still be in chat.
All right.
All right.
Well, what kind of legal recourse do you think they'd be entitled to?
Probably nothing.
Well, there you go.
Well, that's why I was a question.
I mean, it's not very open-ended. If they haven't done anything wrong, what would you do to them? What would you charge them?
Okay. If
somebody's committing a murder and the government comes in and says, no, don't commit the murder. As a matter of fact, we got to haul you off and take you away now. They're like, dude, where's my legal recourse?
That's a very, very, very valid question. But at the same time,
if you're loitering in public and you won't go away, if you're pissing and shitting or shooting up or doing shit in public where it's not allowed, where we've decided as a society that it's just not allowed for you to do that there, and you won't stop. So the government comes in and says, all right, guess you got to go away now. And you get to, your legal argument is what? But I really wanna. What else am I supposed to do? Like, how would, as a human being, how am I supposed to even live if you don't let me exist in public property at your expense? What do you expect me to get a job, find a place to live, do shit like that? Unacceptable. I want to not do that. Why don't you pay for my shit? But now you're coming and hauling me off? All because I want you to pay for my shit? The answer is yes.
As a euphemism.
How is that a euphemism?
To pay for their shit.
Yeah, how is that a euphemism? You're existing on public property. Who pays for public property? The public.
Shit, feces.
So it's literal and figurative.
Okay.
Give me donations. You donate some food. Can you go buy food and then just bring it here and give it to me and pay for my shit? Literally.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate that's what's happening. And that's kind of what I was bringing up the topic. I wasn't trying to trigger anyone. I was just trying to have an intelligent conversation with people, and I think so far it's gone very, very well.
So not to change topics, but I'm changing topics.
Please do, Walt. Please.
So real quick, just, I got to hit this one because I definitely am sending prayers your way. Ian's cat apparently is having some problems. Not feeling well, hasn't eaten in days. Anything it does eat, it pukes back up. So definitely sending prayers your way, Ian. And then I had it highlighted up way back.
Little Wing?
Someone
6x9.
Is that who it was? I was saying,
you just lost
somebody
a pet?
lost Smudge. Yeah.
Little Wing.
I had it highlighted.
That's who that
was. It was you, Fiona. Fiona, I'm so sorry. Definitely sending you the biggest heart hug you can imagine. Because it's been quite a few months back since I lost Spot. And every time I walk by the garden where I have him interred, it still tears me up. So, yeah, it's a hard one. It definitely is. Sending lots of big hugs your way. Thank you for remembering that. I had it highlighted, but I just the name didn't stick in my head. I apologize. But the cat did, Smudge. So, lots of love your way, lady. You too, Ian. Everybody else, too. You guys are rocking. I see some grumbling about us being on this topic a bit too long. But, it is it's got a lot of trigger points. It's got a lot of pertinence, if you will, to the topics we discuss quite often here on our little programs about the world around us and how we're all existing in it and trying to help each other get our way through it and figure out what the fuck we're doing here in the first place. So, I definitely am not ever mad at a topic that can help us have a lively conversation. So thank you for it, Andrew. And again, if I had an answer, what good would it do? What good would it do?
Yeah, and I'm not asking these questions because I have a question. What's that called when you're asking a question, but you already, what do they call that? We already know the answer.
Oh, yeah, that's a stupid question. That's what they call a stupid question. And there's no such thing as a stupid question. Yeah, there is. If you ask a question that you already know the answer to, that's fucking stupid.
No, there's a specific term for it.
I think what you're talking about is when you're asking a question as you're trying to make a point as part of your rhetoric. And you're thinking of a rhetorical question.
Bingo, there you go, rhetorical.
I was almost
Thank
there
you.
with redundant. Yeah.
No, that was not my intention in any way, shape, or form. But I was just trying to bring up something that might be intuitive in some sort of fashion.
Uh-oh, in other kitty news, Nemo apparently has one of their cats.
Oh, Nemo.
Having some health issues. So sorry to hear that, brother. Definitely sending you and the missus lots of hugs as well. Shout out, Travis. Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a minute. You've been on my mind lately. Good to know you're still kicking around.
Wait, Travis, he's not dead?
Nope. You actually see him in chat.
Apparently not. Or his AI is kicked off finally on his channel. One of
Travis,
the
you better step your ass up and come into the chat.
What?
Say
Step
hello.
up. He is. He's
Must
here.
be moving around a little bit. Maybe he's out of that left coast time zone, making it a little bit easier.
No, I mean like step up in the voice chat.
Oh, here with us. I got you. Definitely. Anytime.
And if we're going to move off the subject, I might as well say it since we've still got 30 minutes left. I'll go ahead and close the poll down, although I worded it in a pretty loaded way just because I thought it was funny to do so. But out of 27 votes, I see 37% say yes, let the homeless do whatever they want as a way to encourage them to be homeless. Or no, the law should be applied equally at 63%. So it was kind of a shitty way for me to word the polling, but I did that on purpose because I'm a dick like that. My question is for the 27% or 37% that says, yes, let them do whatever they want. How many homeless people are living with you right now? Just curiosity. Out of all the couches and space you have in your house and all of the outward giving and support we should all be giving to the homeless, how many homeless people are you supporting right now?
I've got 11 right now myself, but they don't count because I got fur.
My bong is a little bit homeless, so I'm going to make it non-homeless.
That's what's up, Rico. Tell Nico's cat I said hello. I just saw that.
Post says, next subject, transgenderism.
Transgender.
On a lighter note.
That's great. On a lighter note. Right.
I don't know. Is there any like space lettuce stuff going on? There's probably got
always some bullshit building reactors on the moon before we even can go back, or some crap.
I don't know, Travis, if just because they're staying on their couch does not make them not homeless. Unless because they stay on your couch, they are now on the lease on the note of your home, and they are due the equal rights to property that you are as a homeowner, just because they stay on your couch. I think that even though they're on your couch, they can still be homeless. Like, well, they got a bus bench. They're not homeless. Look, they got a bench right there. They got a couch right there. They're not homeless. I think even if you stay on somebody's couch, you would still be considered homeless.
Look, they have a bench.
And I know I seem insensitive. I've been homeless myself. So don't think this comes from a place of ignorance. I know what it's like to not have food, to not have a shelter, or the only shelter that you have is a car. And in the dead of winter in Missouri, a car is not much of a fucking shelter because you still fucking get cold at night. And it sucks. And you know what I had to do? I had to live in somebody's basement. I had to sleep on a couch while I worked and saved money to go someplace else and get a place of my own. That's just sort of the nature of it. You don't necessarily have to play by society's rules, but don't expect society then to support you. Like, society's rules shouldn't include letting you do whatever the fuck you want and not have to pay for anything. But that's it.
Couches can be really, really comfortable, except when you want to like roll over. All of a sudden, you're like, oh fuck,
or sprawl out.
Yeah.
Or extend your legs completely. But beyond that, yeah, super comfy.
I think I do have an answer for some of this. Apparently, scientists have uncovered a powerful new source of nutrition. Cockroach milk.
No, fuck. Well, are you fucking with us?
I'm reading the story. If you don't believe me, I'll show you the headline.
Oh, I'm not really sure if I want to hear it, but I'm going to listen to it. All right.
We've hired 100 specifically trained ants that know how to manipulate cockroach nipples.
That got even stranger, but go ahead.
It's all about the tiny little bitty stool and bucket. And I know we have someone in chat that can help them out. Let me stop sharing.
Maybe
this
a little
crap.
ashtray full of Barbie cigarettes, perhaps?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, here, let me, because I know something will happen if I keep sharing here too long. A cat will step and everything will blow up.
Little cockroach fishing poles?
Now, what's funny is the 2016 team of international researchers published this structural biology study that decoded the atomic level makeup of protein crystals secreted by a little-known cockroach species, Diplotera punctata. These crystals formed inside of developing embryos. Oh, well, of course, it's all about the babies. These are so nutritionally dense that scientists have suggested that one day they could serve as a potent, compact food source. These are highly ordered structures of proteins, sugars, and lipids. They could offer more than 3 times the energy of buffalo milk per gram. There you go. And I mean, this is all, molecular. I mean, it's molecular stuff we're talking. They're not really milking cockroaches.
Buffalo milk?
Yeah, man. You never had buffalo milk? I mean, I was so mad yesterday. We went to a special little tiny Postmaster General, out of the way general store in a little tiny country town, because on their little Facebook page, they were talking about having brown eggs and raw milk, and I packed my cooler and we got ice and headed that way after my eye doctor appointment yesterday. And we got in there and they had only duck eggs left and no raw milk. They get that raw milk on Thursday and it's usually gone within a few hours. It's like, can I get on the list or something? Baby, you got to get off that. You got to get off that. Sorry. Get. Did I get disconnected? Hello.
No,
hello.
You're here.
Okay, good. She definitely made everything freak out. Let's see. Now, these are some of the places where cockroach protein shakes could really shine. Oh, come on, Cleo. You've got to get off the keyboard, baby. So here's the places where it could shine. Nutritional therapy for malnourished populations. Boom. Homeless, problem solved. I told you we could figure it out. It could also be used for, and I think this is where it should be really pushed, is for space food, for fucking for astronauts. No discernible flavor. Well, that's good to know.
Let them drink bugs.
Right. Let them make cake, because that's what she just said. Sorry. It's a Nick Kroll thing. You wouldn't understand.
So there is
duck eggs are great for baking, but not for just making for breakfast. It's too much yolk for me. Melissa and Chad. Apparently they have fresh camel milk there in Sherry's part of the world. Yeah, sounds good. Interesting. What have I done? Or what has she done? Now she's got me.
What'd you do?
I don't know, because there's weird stuff on the little. I can't make it go away. What has she done? If I hang up, it's going to try to figure out how to get the screen back where it was. And if I do, I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to close and come back because I have no way to access the call anymore. I have just the big screen.
That sucks.
No problem.
I will say, Zach, you've been quiet this whole time. You've been pretty quiet this show.
I've been driving.
Oh, that's right. He's working for NASA now. Don't forget that.
Also, to one spot after I had already started heading to a different spot. And then I just got a message to head back to that original spot that I had. Yeah, hello for sure.
Yep. Since there ain't no other place around the place, I reckon this must be the place. I reckon.
Okay. Like, just pick a spot. We're going to sit around for an hour and a half anyway. Just pick a spot.
Yeah, that goes back into that old saying of the first time I ever heard this was on the Brady Bunch. And that was, a wise man once said, wherever you go, there you are. What the fuck? That was off the Brady Bunch. So there's your ironically weird quote of the night. Or morning, or wherever you are, according to where the sun happens to be.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. I'm playing catch up in chat again, and I see Rico or Nemo. Who was it? It's moving too much. Nemo asking Travis, does he have Teams yet? So that would be the only way you'll be able to. Oh, he's downloading it. I see. Good. Yeah, that's the only way you're getting in here, buddy. None of that Skype crap around here anymore.
Pork chops and applesauce.
Missed it by that much.
Would you believe I missed it by that much?
Would you believe we put a man on the moon? No. That's the answer. Sorry, that's my own little truncated version of that bullshit song.
So there were other things. I had dropped a story here. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know, I hear music or something.
That's
what do I hear?
Travis.
Oh, what's up, T? Sorta.
Yeah, so it's probably the fucking connection.
Nah,
there he is.
There he is.
I'm going on mute. I want Travis to go fucking balls deep on this one.
He's probably still got to figure out where the audio settings are and then adjust his audio. He's still got to go through the team's learning curve.
Right. While he's working that out, just so you guys know, if you're in Virginia and you're listening and you're hearing my voice right now, you're good to go. Because Virginia has been ranked the state most likely to survive an alien invasion. Ha ha!
Based on
why, you may ask? Right.
Why would they survive?
Because it has a high military to civilian ratio and available resources is the brief take.
Check.
Well, wouldn't where they would go and attack first?
I'm just telling you what this Fox 5 news story tells me.
As a matter of fact, the whole eastern seaboard's probably pretty safe.
Alabama, Massachusetts, New York, and Minnesota are the rest of the top 5 states to survive in. Now, here's bad news for you guys in Nevada. Dead last. Oregon, Nebraska, Arizona, Idaho. Yeah, you're gone. Yeah, you're alien sausage. You're done for. I don't know, y'all. This is some insane shit. I figured the story dropped.
85% owned by the government.
That's probably a whole lot of part of it. I figure this is all based on all the new round of UFO government meetings I saw going through one of my YouTube channels not too many days ago, and I saw another story about a new Numa coming from another galaxy to come through here and confuse us all with what is that? It changed course, it changed speed. Yeah, so if that alien invasion card from the Illuminati game doesn't get played pretty soon, that'll solve probably most of the homeless thing, I would think, too. I mean, again, they got to eat something. Yeah, right here in the story. Given the increasing number of UFO sightings and growing public concern after Elon Musk's SpaceX rocket were mistaken for a UFO last week, shouldn't the governments be taking this more seriously? Who is asking this question in quotes here?
How did I get in here twice?
Giga calculator? What the fuck is a giga calculator? What is that? What is that?
I don't know.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
I hear you on one.
Hi.
But I see you on the other.
I don't know why there's two windows.
I don't either. That is strange. Did you maybe come in through Skype and through Teams? Yeah, now we don't hear you. Yeah, welcome to Teams. Microsoft really nailed it with this one.
Yeah, they did. Good luck, brother. So apparently Giga Calculator is a new online calculator and converter platform, and that's where we're getting this fucking information from. What the fuck? Click on it and it turns into this. Here, let me share this with everybody in chat so that you can have your own access to Giga Calculator. So that here we can calculate us up a damn solution to our homelessness problem right there. Giga Calculator, go. But apparently, according to Giga Calculator, whilst an incoming alien invasion may seem like something from a sci-fi movie, almost half of Americans do believe that aliens could be a threat to national security, Giga Calculator said in a statement to Fox 5. How's a calculator giving a fucking statement to Fox 5? What is going on right now? My brain is just not dealing with this story at all. Makes no fucking sense.
Surely there's a way to calculate just how many homeless people the rest of us can support before society completely collapses.
Right. I gave you the link. If I didn't, I'll drop it again. Here it is. Giga Calculate. Go. There's already Ian's on it. Giga Calculator said 2 + 2 = 5. Might be a new Terry math platform, so be careful.
Chat GPT 5.
So have y'all seen the videos of the lady talking to her little iPad and is telling her all the secrets of the universe?
Uh-huh.
Apparently I don't have that AI, because when I ask my AI shit, I get the dumbest answers ever.
Did you pay?
I got a fancy one for free. That's a paid one with my new phone. It's called, what is it called? Oh, yeah, that's right. The name should tell you all. Perplexity.
Sign in with Discord.
Right. Oh, can't make this shit up. Oh, my God. Any luck, Travis? See, you're muted up. Is that a real muted up and waiting for your turn to talk? Because go if it is. If
nope.
It's not,
he's
then...
progressing through the learning curve pretty good, though. I see he's already commented how stupid Teams is there in chat. So, you know, he's going down well. He's pretty good. So, yeah, he's getting there.
Oh, I just realized Nuka had to go. Sorry, brother. Glad you were here earlier. Thank you for hanging out with us. Yeah, I'll have to link her channel, but yeah, some of the stuff. But that lady's talking to her tablet about is pretty funny stuff. Hey, before we lose our way through with Travis for the next 10 minutes, let me remind everyone that I'm going to be hanging out over there on the Solo Sombrero. That's Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday, not Sunday. And for some reason, I'm like, wait, no, they do Sunday, but we're doing it on Saturday. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, Rico.
Yes, it is going to be.
It is Saturday, right? Yeah.
Yes, Saturdays.
Yep, he's in chat already. He's on it ahead of me. Thank you, brother, for promoting our upcoming adventure. There's going to be other people there, but I'm stupid and don't have a list in front of me, so I'm not going to start saying names that are incorrect. Rico, list those people in chat for me, please, good sir, if you wouldn't mind. Be good. Be good. Y'all be nice. Mama was here, and then she realized Bender walked up. Now she's being less than a sweetie. Come on, be nice.
Hey, so just as a heads up, South Park just got renewed for an unknown amount of seasons for $1.5 billion with Paramount Studios. And we haven't received quite that much yet, but I think we're going to get renewed by Paramount at some point. So
nice. Very nice. Hey, buddy.
I think we're like well over the $10 million mark.
Hey, buddy.
Something like that.
Good boy. Wow, this is worse than ooh, I am sorry. And they're giving him more trouble than I had, because I had a lot of trouble with this thing. Travis, don't worry, you're not the only one. I was still bitching about it 2 or 3 shows ago because it wasn't.
I thought it was a panda for a second.
My buddy, he's a panda. Yeah, huh? You a panda, huh? You're not real, are you? Wow.
I don't know why it's putting two.
But now I hear you on the same one I see you on. So that
we
helps.
hear you on and see you. So yeah.
Oh, so you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, the one that you're.
Well, whatever.
The one that has just the avatar on it. You can probably close that one.
Yeah,
and it won't hurt nothing. But I don't know that.
Your
You may
computer explode though.
I was gonna say it may actually blow it all up. I don't know. I'm not a teamsologist just yet.
In 5 seconds.
You're jamming though, I know that.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you.
You can hear the music.
We do. This Teams has a pretty robust noise suppressor, but apparently not for that you have going.
Did you guys see all the countries that came out? And
Travis has lost his stereo. Wait, what?
all the countries that are coming out and condemning Israel right now?
I did not.
Australia, Germany, Italy, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Algeria, Belgium, Brazil, China, Cuba, Denmark, Egypt, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Malaysia, Maldives, Morocco, Netherlands, North Korea, Oman, Pakistan, Qatar, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Scotland, South Africa, Sweden, Switzerland, Syria, Turkey, and Venezuela.
So that's like half of them.
How are you reading that while you're
nations,
driving?
including the UK, France, and Canada, demanding an immediate end to the inhumane killing of Palestinians. That was last month. Now this month, because I guess Israel's talking about expanding their military operation to Gaza City. And yeah, people are like, no. So that's why we're not hearing anything about Israel and Iraq and Iran or whatever at all right now. So many nations from all around the world are saying, yeah, this is not okay. Just
Interesting.
Heads up, yeah.
So I see Sherry in chat. What's up, chocolate lady? Asking, what are we going to do if YouTube requires age verification? I'm not uploading a photo or license. So what I've seen on about 5 different channels that I watch talking about this topic, they're going to use your, number one, your channel is going to be the like kind of go-to. Like, are you set for age appropriate? Like, no kids allowed. This isn't for content for kids and all that. That'll be a good thing to go set if you don't have that set on your own personal channel. So that's one thing that'll help. Second thing is your watch history. If you have like 2-3 years of watching nothing but fucking like SpongeBob SquarePants and kid-oriented material, then you're probably going to get asked for age verification. But if you have an adult's channel that pretty much has an adult history, this is what I've seen on 3 different people talking about this that have pretty large channels. You should be okay. Now, that's all being, said like in response to a company that decided that flat earthers were to be targeted. So take that for what you will, with all the grains of salt you need. But the other part of this is we do have other access. I know Josh dropped that too, that we have, if YouTube wants your ID, go over here. And that's our Rumble link that Josh has dropped. So I did start to open Rumble, and then Bender stepped on the computer earlier and I never got it open. And then when I saw that tab sitting there, I'm like, why do I have a tab open? So my bad. Bender.
So my OnlyFans page, I can't use that as age verification. It's a gardening channel. Stop thinking dirty.
If it's a gardening channel, isn't thinking dirty implied?
Oh, good call.
Is it called Dirty Hose?
Oh, that's actually. Oh, you guys are on top of it. Oh, topsoil. So, the last thing I'm going to say until I have to log out is that I heard about all of these pornographers and things like that that were going into OnlyFans. And I was like, what the fuck is OnlyFans? So I eventually typed in onlyfans.com. And that's what it was. It was just like gardeners and people that were exercising and stuff like that. It was just like, what the? So I guess you have to have a premium account or something. I don't know how it works, but
you remember back in the day when you had to kind of hold your head sideways when they had scrambled the Playboy channel, something like that, Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh, my peripheral vision out of my left eye.
Squint and turn your head 35 degrees to the right. Kind of see that boob right there. Oh yeah, I see it.
You got to switch back and forth from the channel above to the right channel, and for just a flash,
I forgot that one. I fucked up 3 cable boxes.
Wow, Walt. little TMI on that one.
Oh, that's great. Oh, Sherry has a new password. Dirty Hose.
Dirty Hose.
Oh, that's great. All right, guys. Thank you all.
Oh,
you're late, Tiny.
It is that time. Good God.
Love y'all. See y'all here Friday morning, and we'll see you over on Rico's on Saturday. Did he ever give me that list on here, or did he get busy with kids, I believe?
Pancakes,
yeah,
I think is what it was.
Oh, was it pancakes?
Yes, sir.
I know he was.
They needed pancakes.
I know the family was awakening. All right, love you all. Thank you all. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you,
real quick, you guys. Just a little something to laugh at before you leave. There's a guy here, works on the road crews, doesn't speak a lick of English, and everybody he's this small little Mexican guy, and everybody calls him Chief Burrito. I just get such a kick out of it every time someone, and it's cool with him. But yeah, he's Chief Burrito. Oh my God, I just roll. Every time I hear something say.
That's better than Captain Chimichanga.
So have a great one.
Or tortilla.
Love you guys. We'll see you back here on Friday morning. Until then, be good, be well. Do good, do it well. We love you. Bye-bye.